Are you looking for the best resin 3D printers? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best 3D printers on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Anycubic Photon Monox. Still have plans for world domination because the Elegu Saturn wasn't up to the task? You have another shot at it, thanks to the Photon Monox. Just spare me though, both printers compete with each other because they target similar audiences. I'll briefly talk about the Photon Monox and then discuss the differences between them. The Photon Monox allows you to create large prints at a high resolution, thanks to its wide build volume and high-res 4K LCD. And because of the monochrome LCD, cure times are super fast, which means faster printing. This screen also has the advantage of a longer life compared to traditional RGB screens. The build plate looks industrial and well-made, the quality frankly astounded me. With the larger build plate, you can 3D print terrain with ease. What was less astounding and mostly ridiculous was the Wi-Fi option, however. With this, you can only connect Anycubic's mobile app to the printer. You cannot connect the slicer on the computer to the machine. The UI is top-notch, with a highly responsive touchscreen. It has plenty of menu options as well, like layer cure time and UV light strength, among others. You'll need to tune the settings to get accurate prints, but once that is done, the printer is unstoppable. The Monox is for you if you want the flexibility to 3D print larger with exceptional print quality. At number 2. Phrozen Sonic Mini 4K. If you want exceptional print quality without breaking the bank, then the Phrozen Sonic Mini 4K is for you. The biggest difference between the original Sonic Mini and the new and improved one is the LCD resolution. Compared to other affordable resin 3D printers like the Anycubic Photon series and Elegu Mars 2 Pro, we found the printing quality superior in the former. The XY layer resolution of the Mini 4K is 35 microns versus the 50 microns of those two printers. In all fairness, the differences between prints from the three printers weren't pronounced. But in detail-packed miniatures and jewelry, you'll notice the power of the 4K LCD. The Sonic Mini 4K also prints faster, 1 layer in 2 seconds fast. If you want a beginner-friendly resin 3D printer, then the Mini 4K is for you. It's that easy to use. Just plug in, level, and start printing. The default settings in Chitabox work without any adjustments, although you'll have to tweak it for certain designs. In terms of printer noise, the Sonic Mini 4K is a bit noisier than the original, the Sonic Mini. The noise mainly comes from Mini's Z-axis stepper motor during the changing of layers. All in all, for 3D printing jewelry and miniatures, you can't go wrong with the Sonic Mini 4K. It excels where print details is a must. At number 3. Elegu Mars 3 Pro. Easily one of my favorite resin 3D printers to ever hit the market is the Elegu Mars 3 Pro. It was actually my very first own resin 3D printer, and, to this day, it blows me away with its exceptional print quality, despite its very budget-friendly price. The Elegu Mars 3 Pro is made by the same manufacturer as the Elegu Saturn, and, like the Saturn, the Mars 3 Pro is fitted with a high-detail 4K LCD screen. However, the key difference is that the Mars 3 Pro is a whopping $150 less than the Saturn, which my wallet loves to hear. But, seriously, the 4K LCD screen on the Elegu Mars 3 Pro does a fantastic job of pumping in the print quality. Just check out some of the prints people were able to make without any modifications to the default slicer settings. Moreover, Elegu states that the Mars 3 Pro has an X/Y printing resolution of just 35 microns, which is exceptionally low for a 4K printer. And, with this low X/Y resolution, you can print super detailed models without having to worry about part precision or accuracy. But besides the quality capabilities of the Mars 3 Pro, the printer is still one hell of a resin machine. It's got a touchscreen user interface that's very easy to use. Without watching a single tutorial, I was able to master using the Mars 3 Pro and navigating the buttons in no time. Whether you're new to 3D printing or an expert, it's no question that the Elegu Mars 3 Pro brings a good bargain to the table. Its high detail 4K printing capabilities and easy-to-use interface, not to mention its compatibility with the Elegu ecosystem, are well worth the sub-$250 price tag. At number 4. Elegu Saturn 28K. First up in this category, we've got another Elegu printer, the Saturn 28K. Not gonna lie, I didn't think this printer was gonna make it on this list, given that it was Elegu's first 8K 3D printer. But I'm happy to say Elegu proved me wrong, and the Saturn II is easily one of the best low-cost 8K resolution printers on the market. Perhaps the most important feature of the Elegu Saturn II is its 8K LCD screen, which maximizes the detail of prints. It's truly incredible how well prints made on the Saturn II come out, no matter how much detail they have. Just check out the example print below. What's most surprising, though, is its X/Y resolution, tested to be just 28.5 microns. This is one of the lowest X/Y resolutions of any printer on the market today and means that all your prints from the Saturn II will be very accurate and well detailed. The Elegu Saturn II also offers a pretty spacious build platform, measuring 219 by 123 by 250 millimeters. This is more than enough for printing small models, like miniatures, and enables you to print larger projects too. Elegu also states that the Saturn II can be used with print speeds up to 70 mm per hour. This is very fast, and most resin printers, like many of the ones featured in the budget-friendly category, can only print with speeds of 30 to 50 mm/hour. Moreover, the ability to print fast will lend itself very useful when you're making large models. So, if you want an 8K resin 3D printer that gives you a decent amount of print space and is fast, I highly recommend the Elegu Saturn II. At number 5. Anycubic Photon M3 Max. You've probably heard of Anycubic before, whether from their long list of amazing resin printers or in our discussion of the Photon Monox a few sections back. While Anycubic mainly makes printers for those on a budget, their Photon M3 Max is an outlier and a great pick for a resin 3D printer in this price range. While you'd expect a machine in this price range to offer 8K printing resolution, the Photon Mono M3 Max doesn't quite meet the standard. But don't worry, because its 7K LCD screen isn't too far off the mark and will still yield very detailed models, significantly better than those made on a budget resin 3D printer. Sadly, though, the X/Y resolution of this printer is 46 microns, and the Z-axis resolution, aka minimum layer height, is 10 microns. This isn't terrible by any standard, but, considering the price of the Photon M3 Max, I'd want to see something a little lower and more precise. The main reason you might be interested in the Anycubic Photon M3 Max, though, is its print space, a whopping 298 by 164 by 300 millimeters. On top of being larger than basically any resin printer on the market, this size is greater than most FDM 3D printer build spaces too. With so much space, you'll be able to print many small models at once or some very large parts, like a laptop stand or water bottle holder. And, as it's a large printer, it's good to know that the frame is very stable. With 2 linear rails and a well-designed build plate holder, you shouldn't have any wobbling going on during printing. It's also worth mentioning that this printer has a very easy-to-use graphical interface that makes navigating the printer's functions, like cleaning the VAT or starting a print, a breeze. Overall, the Anycubic Photon M3 Max is an absolute beast of a resin 3D printer. It's got tons of print space, a well-built frame, and a 7K LCD screen for high-detail printing. But, best of all, because it's an Anycubic 3D printer, the M3 Max is compatible with Anycubic's large ecosystem of other products, like their wash station, UV curing light, and many available resins.